Hi, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. A lot of people ask me about how to accomplish their first push-up, so today we're going to talk about push-up progression. Before we get into regressions and progressions and different variations of push-ups, we're first going to talk about form. When it comes to form, it's super important to maintain good form, always. So this is important to make sure that you stay injury-free. It's also important to make sure that you're making progress toward your first push-up as efficiently as possible. You're going to learn the fastest if you build good habits now. One common mistake people make is to let their shoulder blades collapse together. When you're doing your push-up, you want to make sure that you're keeping space between your shoulder blades, so push the ground away from you. You also want to keep your head up. Oftentimes, whenever you're looking down at the ground and doing a push-up, your head will fall forward. So I like to look in front of me instead of down at the ground because that helps keep my head in line with the rest of my body. On that note, keep your hips in line with the rest of your body, so make sure that they're not rising up. Keep them down, keep your hips tucked, but you also don't want them to sag too far below the rest of your body. Remember, one nice straight line from head to toe. Also, make sure that your lower back isn't sagging toward the ground. Abs are super tight. You want to make sure that your core strength is enough so that you can keep your back in line as well. Keep your hands directly below your shoulders and not too far out in front of you. You also want to make sure that you're not bunching up your shoulders by your neck. Keep them down and keep your lats back here engaged. With that in mind, now we can move on to our push-up variations and progress into doing a full push-up. If you find yourself struggling with the beginning of these exercises, I'll have a separate video linked in the description below that's going to talk about building up your core strength as well as your upper body strength, so pecs, triceps, and delts. Also, if you're finding value in this video so far, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Without further ado, let's move on to our beginning stages of push-up progressions. We're going to begin with a regular plank. You can do this from your elbows or from your hands, and this is just going to get your body used to being in line and in the push-up position. This is going to be the foundation for your push-up. As a reminder, you want to keep your abs tight here, not letting your lower back sag toward the ground, and keeping your hips in line. From here, we're going to move into a feet elevated plank so you can put your feet on an elevated surface, and this is going to transfer your weight more into your upper body. So this will help to build more of your upper body strength. After that, you can move into a high to low plank. So you start on your elbows, lift yourself one hand at a time up onto your hands, then back to your elbows, alternating hands with each rep. This is going to get you accustomed to pushing yourself up off of the ground and then lowering yourself back to the ground. After you've mastered these planks, we're going to start the push-up variations with incline push-ups. So the very beginning stage of this is a wall push-up, just pushing yourself away from a wall and then lowering back to it. Once you get accustomed to that, you can move to lower and lower surfaces, starting with the back of a couch, a chair, or whatever surface you have available. You can also start doing variations from your knees. So the first one we're going to start with here is a negative. For the negative push-up, you want to start in a push-up position and slowly lower yourself for about a 3 count, 3, 2, 1, down to the ground. Then you're going to reset and do the whole thing again. After you master the 3 count, you can move up to 5 and even 10. Again, this is from your knees, just lowering yourself to the ground and then resetting and repeating. So to review, in the beginning stage of your push-up progressions, you want to start with incline push-ups, starting from the wall and moving to lower and lower surfaces, and then also doing negatives from your knees, starting with a 3 count and moving all the way up to 10. This is going to get you to the intermediate stage of your push-up progression. As a reminder, whenever you're doing these push-ups, keep your shoulder blades apart and look forward to keep your head in line with the rest of your body. You'll know that you're ready for the intermediate stage once you can do push-ups from your knees, all the way down and all the way back up. In this stage, you're also going to continue working on your incline push-ups from lower and lower surfaces, and you can start incorporating isometric holds from your knees. So these isometric holds are just holding a half push-up in a static position. So you're going to come halfway down into the push-up on your knees, and you're just going to hold it there. You can start again from 3 seconds, go down and hold it 3, 2, 1, and then you can move on to hold it for 5 and even 10 seconds. For these isometric holds, you don't have to push yourself back up afterwards. You should be pretty exhausted by the end of the count. And so just lower yourself to the ground, reset, and then do another hold. You can also start doing negatives from your feet instead of your knees, since you can now do a full push-up down and back up from your knees. Start from your feet for a 3 count, going 3, 2, 1, down to the ground, and then reset and repeat. And then you can move up from that 3 count to a 5 and even a 10 count. And then you can also start doing uneven push-ups from your knees. So this is where one hand is slightly elevated on a surface, like a yoga block if you have it, or something similar. The other hand is on the ground. This is going to transfer your weight from one side of your body to the other, and that'll get you used to carrying more weight on that side. It'll also help even out any imbalances between your right and left arm. Once you can comfortably do a few negatives from your feet, there are some more advanced techniques that you can do to even increase your push-up progression more and get you to that first push-up. So as your upper body endurance increases, you can do negatives down from your feet, and once you get close to the ground, switch, come down to your knees, and then push back up on your knees. Then reset back to your feet and repeat. Down on your feet, onto your knees, back up, reset. And do as many of those as you can. You can also start doing different variations of push-ups from your knees if you feel like you need to build strength in one area in particular. If you keep your arms close to the sides of your body as you go down and up, that's going to be working more of your triceps. Whereas if you move your hands out to the sides, so not directly under your shoulders, but a little bit out further, and go down and up, that's going to engage your lats more. You can also start doing isometric holds from your feet instead of your knees. So similar to what we were doing before, but from your feet this time, you're going to go halfway down into a push-up and hold it there, starting from a 3 count and working your way on up to 5 and even 10. Something else that you can try is to add a little bit of resistance to your push-ups from your knees. So you can add a resistance band, just put it around your shoulders and hold it, or you can add a weight on your back. Combining all of these methods will eventually get you to your first push-up. It's going to take some time, but 5 minutes a day is really going to make a difference when it comes to your push-up progression, so just keep practicing and you will get there. Reach out to me and let me know where you're at in your progression, or if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you found this video helpful, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and thank you for joining me in this video. I'll see you in the next one.